Cloud9's turn to ban.
Alright, so Cloud9 vs VP game 1. Cloud9 has first pick. They ban Ogre and Nyx. Ogre is just a very targeted ban towards Fortress Pro. They are very comfortable playing it on solo. And Nyx is just one of the top tier position 4 heroes now. As for Fortress Pro, they ban away IO and Night Stalker. IO is one of Paladin's hero, and Night Stalker is just the tier 1 position 4 hero now as well. Okay. Cloud9 has been the team that prioritized first picking Lich a lot, and the explanation I have is that Lich is super the early game is super important in the meta now, and Lich sacrifice is super good at it. Also at how taking early towers is important in the early game with like very little heroes. That's why Shaman became so popular. You can just take towers on your own. Lich kinds of counter that with frost armor on towers. So that's my guess on why Lich is being so popular now.
10 seconds.
Virtus Pro responds with Darkseer Spirit. Darkseer is one of VP is one of the best teams that does the Darkseer combo. Even in their game yesterday, they had one insane combo with their Disruptor, Darkseer, and Sand King, I think. Yeah. So Virtus Pro with Darkseer is always this has always been one of their go-to strats. And Earth Spirit is a very strong position for that combos very well with Darkseer as well, with the kick. Boulder Smash.
5 seconds remaining.
Cloud9 responds with a Doom. This Doom can be a position 4. With so many position 4 getting banned in the meta today, teams are exploring more and more other position 4 heroes. I believe this is Aoi's hero. It could still be MSS hero. Depends on how the draft goes. If VP goes for very heavy right click, with Frost Armor and Doom can hit the armor creep. And then they have double Frost Armor, which is extremely strong against physical damage.
5 seconds remaining.
Cloud9 went on to ban Oracle and Warlock. Warlock is also one of Solo's favorite hero, like go-to hero, especially with the Darkseer. They don't want it to be. It'll be a super wombo combo lineup for VP, and Cloud9 doesn't want to face that. As for the Oracle ban, it's a hero that can save a Doom target, and the Oracle can totally neutralize the Doom, and you don't want to waste the Doom on just an Oracle. But just Pro bans away Necrophos and Queen of Pain.
Virtus Pro's turn to pick.
Necrophos is a very self-sustaining carry that can lane against Darkseer in the lane. And Fata is just extremely confident on Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain and Puck are two of his best heroes, I think. And so with one ban, they went for the Puck. Fata's Puck goes way back. He loves that hero when he was in the old Cloud9 and had a huge success. Back then when nobody was picking Puck, he was still playing it and winning games with it. With Solo's hero, Warlock and Ogre ban, his Witch Doctor is one of the other choice that he usually pick for himself. It's good sustain. And Melodic is a spell that can go through the Frost Armor, although Death Ward does physical damage, which makes Lich good against it too.
Cloud9's turn to pick.
They go for Death Prophet. Usually when you pick a Death Prophet, you want like some form of defensive support, Oracle or Dazzle, so that you can get the full potential of your ultimate and not get burst down by your opponents. But based on Cloud9's current lineup, they don't have any huge bursts apart from Puck, Silence and Op. So maybe VP is confident in getting Death Prophet. He might get an early hood to deal with the early magical damage. or even a use setter to deal with the silence from Park. Yes. Cloud9 decided to go for a draw strat. Very common nowadays.
Turn to ban.
With the draw, it could be a MSS Park because offlane Park is more viable with a draw aura. And so VP decided to ban out Lina, which would be a super good matchup against Death Prophet. Another reason for the Death Prophet pick is the silence on Park, the AoE silence. You can catch him unaware, and with together with a spirit silence and stuff, it's just, you can catch the Park.
10 seconds remaining.
C9 bans PL. PL is one of the best carry
5
counters to Draw
seconds
Ranger.
remaining.
Pretty straightforward. The other carry that is good against Draw is probably PA. I would be surprised if
Virtus Pro's
VP
turn
picks
to pick.
PA for solo. And okay, so they decided to go for MSS Park and Medusa for Fata. This is a very classic draw strat. The early game is strong because of the draw aura, and you transit yourself into the late game with the Medusa
5
pick as well.
seconds remaining.
And with Frost Armor, because Exorcism from Death Prophet is physical damage, and therefore it's also physical damage. There's a lot of physical damage on VP side, and Frost Armor on Medusa makes him almost unkillable, I think. I think Cloud9 has a very strong draft, but I'm just afraid that VP is the much stronger team.
Anti-mage.
You may now select your heroes.
So they went for Anti-Mage as a direct counter to the Medusa, one of the best carry counters. Anti-Mage scales much faster, so he'll pick much earlier before Medusa, and the mana break from AM just crush Medusa very hard. And AM is also one of the carries that can close the distance of the Draw Ranger. Oh, I like the AM last pick. The early game is really strong with Death Prophet, Earth Spirit and stuff, so I think the 4 Protect 1 strat on the AM is strong enough. There's the Cloud9 last pick Medusa doesn't allow them to end the game early, and if the game drags out, I think VP will hit a pick at about the 30-minute mark where AM is super strong. I think VP will take this game. Okay, so total number of smoke gang kills,
Prepare
25
for
minutes. Lich and 2 might do one. Which Doctor Spirit I'm going with? 0 to 2. First player to get 50 last hit. Death Prophet. Medusa with the draw aura. And I'll say Death Prophet or Medusa. With Earth Spirit helping, I would say Death Prophet. And team who plays the more, it could be anyone. Let's just say VP and number of Roshan kills. There'll be quite a few, I believe. Both teams are pretty strong at taking it. VP needs Exorcism to take